a lot of like social media accounts. I know like Facebook's 13, some are like 16, 18, like depending on what the account is, what app it is. And I feel like for when parents are making the decision, it's because a lot of kids actually respond to like how when their parents want them to do it. So the age that a kid should be allowed to have it is when their parents feel like they are mature enough.
Yeah, I definitely agree. Social media is a big responsibility to have, and I don't honestly think there is a definite age where kids should be like, oh, this is when I should be able to get social media. It's not a driver's license. It's not like, you know, you can't like drink at this age. It's a really difficult thing because kids mentally mature at different ages. And as much as I hate my parents for doing this, but they're really good at communicating with me. So I think for kids, as long as they want it and they're able to go to their parents and say, listen, this is what I want. Could I please have like Instagram and Snapchat? And then the parents can say, okay, what are you doing right now that is beneficial to your life? What can you keep doing while maintaining these social medias?
For me personally, it should be when someone's at least 18, because that's like scientifically proven when the brain is almost fully developed. As kids and everything, our brain is like constantly changing and developing, and so we're more susceptible to change, or we're more easily swayed to different views or stuff like that. And there's a lot of different things you see on social media. So for me, it's more like when your brain is fully developed for you to handle and keep your own beliefs and your own ideas while being able to look at other people's ideas and different stuff on social media.
Sometimes I wish my parents would let me get social media because my friends have it, and sometimes I feel like left out of like looking in, you know, stuff like that, because I'm not available to all that. When your parents say so, because it is like a huge responsibility.
Do you ever feel like like you see your friends on social media and they're wasting time on it?
Yeah, actually, I see that a lot. Like it's kind of like a bottomless pit. Like you can scroll forever, like on TikTok, there's video after
So
video
true.
after video after video.
Do you think you're ready for social media?
Not yet, because sometimes I'm afraid, like, maybe what if I mess up, and then like it's on there forever.
Yeah,
And, like, it's,
so true.
It's not gonna go away.
So true.
So I think that kids need to be like mature enough so that they won't go on social media and like be mean to other people, because like even a couple of days ago my friend, she got like on Snapchat people were saying mean stuff to her and she just deleted it because she couldn't really take it anymore. And I feel like parents need to like kind of help out and like see when that's happening. And as like Snapchat, like you were saying, like the parents aren't on that and like they can't really see what's going on.
Exactly, and a lot of people, I know probably for your friend, like a lot of people try and hide that shame, because like when you get offended like that, it's super embarrassing like on social media, because everyone's like, oh yeah, like, oh look at this person, like they did this, this, and this, and it's like now that the kids know, the parents don't know anything. And so when they go to school, it's a free-for-all. So I think that type of communication is very dangerous, and I think that's a great point, Eric.
Like, do you ever feel like there's a news story or something that happens and your friends are all talking about it and you don't, because you're not on social media, do you ever feel like you're missing out on stuff that's going on around the world?
I mean, no, not really. I mean, I get emails. My mom watches Today in the Morning, which is a great show. I mean, that's not really news. That's more of like a talk show. But like, I don't really feel like I'm missing out.
Do you ever get like bored?
Do I ever get bored?
Yeah,
No,
because
I mean,
a lot of the time when I didn't have social media, I'm like, dang, what can I be
with
doing
social
right now?
media.
Exactly.
I mean,
or like, do you
no.
feel like you can't really talk to your friends that much, or like, because a lot of the time I like to communicate with my friends through like social media and stuff like that. Do you ever feel like you're out of the loop?
No, I feel like I hang out with, like, I love hanging out with people. So most of the time when I'm like talking with people or different stuff like that, I'm like hanging out with them and it's like person to person.
That's awesome.
I do text, but I don't even text that much. But even I'm at home and I'm like, what should I do? I love doing puzzles. I
Yeah.
love reading, which makes me sound like an old man. But
Smart guy.
it gives me something to do. So I mean, I don't really find myself being bored that much.
That's good.
Do you find yourself being able to communicate at a higher rate face to face with people versus like?
Oh yeah, definitely, because you're able to hop from topic to topic and talk about whatever you want. Like with texting, it's like, hey, what are you doing? I'm playing video games.
Great.
Okay, and then it's like you don't know what else to talk about. But when you're face to face, there's like you can I could talk to my friend Levi. We could talk for hours
Anybody
about
could talk to
anything.
Levi for hours.
And yeah,
I feel like there's certain apps on social media like that you should get later than others. Like in my opinion,
Yeah.
Snapchat, like no, like I feel like when I got it, I just like I would like I don't wish I didn't, but it just like there was like no point to me having it, and then I just spent like hours on
So
it because
true.
I thought I had to, and like streaks and stuff like that like started to literally consume me, and like looking
just
back,
started.
yeah, looking back now, I'm like I really like didn't need it then, and I feel like I like if I even didn't have it now, I would be fine because it's like the only way I communicate with people now, and also like my mom is talking like about this with me so many times. It's like Snapchat's so secretive because of the fact that things go away so quickly.
Yeah.
Like not as many parents are on it. It's not like Instagram where parents like everyone can follow you. Like it's
Well, and I feel like also like I know, I mean in middle school I had friends that would have like Trinstas and Sinstas, and it was and like even Snapchat. Like originally
Yeah.
the idea of Snapchat was to send like bad photos of yourself.
Oh,
that
yeah.
should not be out there.
Yep.
And I had friends that in middle school would have Sinstas and Trinstas, and that's what they would be posting.
Yeah.
And at the same time, like what you were saying about your friend that got bullied, like I feel like some kids are willing to have that happen to them because they're doing the YOLOs and the
YOLOs.
like that,
anonymous chats.
Yeah, like
to
why? Like you already know, like it's more secretive.
I think it's also like a gateway for stupidity because people are like, "Oh, I'm bored. What do I want to do right now? I'll like, I don't know, drive my parents' car into a
And
ditch or
record
something."
it,
like
and then I'll
oh
record
yeah,
it
and
on
then
my
my
Snapchat
friends
story.
think it's so funny, or I'll
Yeah.
put it on TikTok with some
Yeah.
with some rap music, and oh yeah, it's got so many likes and all this
Yeah.
stuff. Like,
And like to what you were saying about like YOLOs and stuff, like everything on the internet can be anonymous,
Yeah.
and like that's why a lot of bullying is coming from social media.
Yeah.
But there's also the accounts that are like complaining about certain people and they're tearing people down instead of like
Yeah, like gossip pages. Like it
yeah,
said like
Gossip Girl.
IWMS gossip and stuff. Like
Yeah. Oh, they're so stupid. Who would waste their time on that?
Yeah.
That's what I want.
and they like tag people in like their thing, their
or like
post
the
and
couple accounts. Those things are so dumb.
ships.
yeah, those things are terrible.
They're so dumb.
Whatever they
Trey,
are.
you should be glad you're not.
Those are what's the dumbest part about Instagram is the friggin' ship account.
No,
like,
they take two
stop.
people's photos from their different accounts and collage it together and tag them.
Those were such a big thing in middle school. Oh my god.
So like even with all those bad parts about social media, I think that there's some good parts. Like you can connect with all your friends, like if you may not have their text message.
So when I'm at my friend's house a lot, she has TikTok, and we're on it a lot, and sometimes we'll pick these videos where they're like super funny, and we'll just laugh over them for like ever, and I love like some of the videos and stuff that make me laugh where they're like not really stupid stuff, like stuff that's like really genuine.
I think like one of the biggest like pros is like kind of like seeing. Some people take it about it, but like seeing some people's lives. Like I love watching like travel accounts, stuff like that, and like
Yeah.
they make really cool videos of like places going all like they go all over the world and stuff.
Yeah, I think there's some benefits to social media, like cute golden retriever videos.
Yeah.
Those are great. Like I saw this one once where this golden retriever came up, ran up, and jumped into his owner's arms, and it was really great.
People say like what you put out there is always out there, and I'm very into basketball, and that's my passion, and so I have to make sure like the coaches that are on my account and all that stuff, like what they're looking at is safe, and I'm not doing anything illegal, I'm not partying, drinking, anything. Like I don't do that anyway, but I would never put that out there.
I think for me, like I think all parents should be like really involved in their child's social media, just so you know that they're being like smarter with it. Like having your parents follow your accounts, like knowing that you, like who's on your Snap, like who you're talking to.
Apart from really like looking at content and like just being somewhat entertained, I use Instagram as a tool. So I have another account that I run. It's strictly for like photography, and it's for like I go to a lot of different like car meets and stuff, and I'll take pictures of people's cars for them. And so that is a tool that I use to connect with other people. It's more of like, for me, it's a way that I can use it as an outlet for my passions. And I think a lot of people need to realize that Instagram isn't just for like funny cat videos and memes and stuff. It could be something. No, I'm not saying that's a bad thing. I'm saying that there's so much more that our generation could tap into. Like, if you really love something and you're willing to put yourself out there like I was, you're going to see so many cool things happen in your life. Like, there are so many cool friends I've gotten to meet through this that it's been an invaluable experience.
I feel like me putting on my Instagram, I've put myself out there as a Christian and stuff through like just church camps, like posts like that, and it also like makes me like hold myself to a standard so I don't go below it and stuff, which is good for me because it keeps me like in check and stuff. So it's good for me, and it also puts it out there like that there's like anyone can like get involved with the church or go to a church camp and stuff like that.
I think that like if you're a Christian and you believe in God, but then you go on Instagram and like post all this bad stuff, like, and like maybe one day you go to school and try and like get people to come to church or something like that, they won't take you seriously.
I feel like having a strong faith in Jesus, because there was a point when I was younger that my faith was not strong, and I made some choices that I'm not proud of on my social media. But now that I have I feel like having a stronger faith in God has made me have stronger morals and have stronger like confidence in myself.
Like, I think this faith has such a big impact on how we view social media.
So, really cool. You guys are really, really good, all of you. And I'm now terrified of social media because